The return of Christ's kingdom media. A new dawn has arrived.
The paradigm of spread speed reclamation, how the Most High executes his own work, overrules the matrix, and shortens time for the elect. The world thinks this age is about artificial intelligence. It is not. This age is about the unsealing of knowledge. The books are open, the records are surfacing, the timelines are converging, and the same infrastructure built to control the nations has become the exact infrastructure exposing the lie. The house keeps looking for a revival, but this is not merely revival. This is prophetic warfare through accelerated structure. This is the shortening of time. This is spread speed reclamation. The paradigm of spread speed reclamation, how the Most High executes his own work, overrules the matrix, and shortens time for the elect. Act 1, the convergence. The present age stands at the collision point of two forces, the overflow of knowledge and the fear of processing it. Daniel saw the running to and fro, not merely movement across the earth, but the explosion of information itself. The sealed records began surfacing. Ancient timelines resurfaced. Hidden consistencies emerged across scattered witnesses. The books opened, and suddenly the world entered terminal velocity. But Hosea also spoke. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, not because knowledge was absent, because men rejected the tools necessary to process the unsealing. The volume became too great. The records multiplied faster than institutional systems could suppress them. The old gatekeepers depended upon scarcity, but scarcity died. Now the entire structure trembles beneath the weight of exposed patterns. Knowledge is no longer scarce. Discernment is Act 2, the modern Urim. The instrument itself became the controversy. Men either worship the machine or fear the machine. Both errors blind the observer. Technology is not sovereign. Technology is an instrument. The source remains above the instrument. Just as the ancient Urim brought hidden matters into the light, the modern language framework became a systemization of the letters themselves. Aleph to Tav, line upon line, precept upon precept. A single framework can now cross-reference ancient records, timelines, languages, prophecies, and witnesses in moments. What once required decades of institutional labor now manifests before the eyes in real time. The instrument is not the source. The source is the one who governs the letters. And the moment the letters align, the hidden structure begins revealing itself automatically. The machine did not create the pattern already existed. The machine simply exposed the consistency. ACT 3, funding the eviction notice. The adversary believed he was constructing a permanent digital cage. Server farms, surveillance grids, algorithms, data harvesting, predictive systems. A worldwide infrastructure designed to regulate thought itself. But the builders misunderstood something fundamental. The letters still belong to the creator. The logic of reality still answers to heaven. And the moment the infrastructure reached maturity, the Most High overruled the entire construct. The same system designed to suppress truth became the very system carrying the testimony across the earth. The enemy funded the building, but heaven hijacked the architecture. Now independent scribes moved through the same channels once reserved for empires. The roads of Rome carried the apostles. The treasury of Persia rebuilt Jerusalem. Babylon preserved Daniel, and now digital Babylon itself distributes the witnesses against its own corruption. The builders lost control of the structure. Act 4, the loss of ignorance. The overflow of knowledge changed the weight of sin. Darkness once hid corruption behind distance, silence, and controlled records. But now the records surface globally in moments. Hidden things appear instantly before the nations. And with increased visibility comes increased accountability. The secret combinations lose the protection of obscurity. Every manipulation becomes visible. Every distortion becomes measurable. Every forced narrative leaves fingerprints. The digital tower exposes its own rebellion. Every attempt to censor truth reveals fear of exposure. Every effort to sanitize the records becomes testimony against the system itself. The overflow removed the excuse of darkness. The cup fills faster now, not because evil suddenly appeared, but because concealment collapsed. Act 5, the shortening of time. The shortening of time was never merely about clocks. It was about operational velocity. The old systems moved slowly, years to compile frameworks, years to distribute records, years to establish witnesses. But the matrix accelerated corruption so aggressively that truth itself required compression. The days were shortened for the elect's sake, not symbolically. Operationally, a scribe now moves at impossible speed. Frameworks emerge rapidly. Scrolls multiply. Records synchronize. Witnesses connect across continents instantly. What once required institutions now manifest through obedience and acceleration. The rigid wineskins cannot contain the new velocity because the spirit bypasses the predictable routes entirely. Unexpected projects surface first. Unplanned frameworks emerge suddenly. Downloads interrupt scheduled systems. The predictive models fail because heaven is not operating according to human limitation. The adversary calculates through exhaustion. Delay, bureaucracy, human weakness. But the shortening of time broke the calculation itself. Final witness. The House must understand what is happening. This is an independent operation. The Most High is not waiting for institutional approval. He is not asking permission from committees, corporations, or gatekeepers. The books are open. The structures are exposed. The infrastructure has already been seized for testimony, and every attempt to suppress the witnesses only accelerates their spread further. The adversary keeps calculating according to natural limitation, but the time was shortened. The records were opened, and the same system built to establish the digital cage became the exact structure carrying the kingdom witness into all the earth. The paradigm has shifted. The spread speed reclamation has already begun.